Hey everyone, it's me. As I'm sure you could tell by, looking at me, and since you clicked on the video, you probably had an idea of what was going to be in it, so you knew it would be me. Anyways, in October I started doing this sort of channel vlog thing where I figured, I'd go ahead and talk about what I'm doing and plans, behind the scenes kind of things, what I'm thinking. Very, we'll say, channel related. I thought maybe I'd throw in other stuff, but for now we're just going to stick to channel stuff. Just so I can kind of keep you guys in the loop. If you're not following me on, well, I hate Facebook, so I don't use that, but if you follow me on Twitter, then you kind of get a bit of an idea, but majority of my viewers don't, so I figured I would just sort of, maybe once a month, try to consolidate things into one video and let you know what's going on behind the scenes. The reason why I waited until the end of November here, while I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably do one of those right about now, is because not really a whole lot has changed. Last time I was asking a lot of questions, how should I proceed with this? I've got a lot of ideas, but there wasn't really anything concrete. And I think this is going to be kind of the concrete video where I kind of just tell you how things are going to be now, because I've had some time to think about it. I've had your input, and I've been able to sort of listen to that, hear that, and, take that into account and sort of see what's worked, because we've played around a little bit with especially the Patreon stuff, but we'll get into that in a bit. The first order of business, first thing, a while back I actually finished recording Dark Souls. It's been I've been done for a little bit, actually near the beginning of November. It's my patrons have had full access to right to the end of it. The last video for that will be going up on December 1st. So is that next week? Yeah, okay. Next week you guys are getting that. I'm going to be going down to 2 Let's Play series a week. So basically that's 4 videos, 4 videos a week. Because I've been trying to do 3. I'd have 3 series going. One would be uploaded on Mondays and Thursdays. The other one would be uploaded on Tuesdays and Fridays, and then the third one would go up on Wednesdays. And I kind of did this initially because there were so many games I wanted to play, and I wanted to cover as many games as possible. And I mentioned this in the last video. I think I did. That, I need to learn to sort of just bring it down. Focus on the few games. So I'm going to be going down to just 2 games, and I'm going to be leaving Wednesday as a whatever. It's whatever Wednesday. So if I happen to record something that's a Let's Play, it's not going to be a regular thing. No, if I happen to sit down one day and say, yeah, I want to play game X, I'll sit down and play game X. I'll record it. Maybe I'll do a Let's Play out of it, and I'll put the video up on Wednesday. But you don't expect that every single Wednesday. I might put it up for several Wednesdays in a row. If I manage to do that, if I have the time to go ahead and do that. But it's not going to be a set thing. The only for sure thing that you are getting each week will be the 2 Let's Play series. Now, the reason I'm doing this, is because it gives me a little bit more flexibility. I designed my whole recording schedule around the idea of creating 5 Let's Play videos a week minimum, and even then I wasn't always able to really reach it. So what happened is if I wanted to do anything else, if I wanted to work on reviews, if I wanted to do extra videos, if I wanted to get together to do a podcast, it was hard for me to do that because I needed to be able to make sure I got the Let's Play videos out, and especially considering, I started the whole Patreon thing, I owe these people something, right? I kind of do, I guess. I made it very clear that it was, initially, that it was supposed to be more of a tip jar, and even now, the way I've worded it is, you get it as soon as I'm done it. There's no guarantee of how ahead of time it'll be, but I kind of feel guilty if I'm not at least giving them some sort of benefit, so, but yeah, it's mostly about a time thing. I wanted to have time to be able to work on various things. I actually wanted to, do some game reviews, more memory dump stuff, but I just haven't had the time because I spent most of my time just doing Let's Play stuff. So, this will give me an extra day, basically, a free day to be able to work on whatever needs to be done at the time. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'll have those 2 Let's Play series. Those will be very constant. I can use that extra time to get ahead, a little bit, create a bit of a buffer because, if I get sick, we're hitting winter here. If I get sick or something, I don't want to have any interruption of, content out to you guys. So that helps with that. It does mean that, you're only going to have 2 Let's Play series at a time, but hopefully it means that you're going to have more of a variety of videos coming out going forward. I mentioned that in the last video, but I've been sort of trying to juggle things around and really think about it. If you haven't noticed, I'm a slow mover, but I guess it doesn't help that I don't have a whole lot of time to really work on things. So that's basically what this is. This is me freeing up time to be able to bring you new things, different things. As I mentioned, let's see. I'm looking at my notes over there. I said, you know, I might do a regular series. I already mentioned that. You know, if I let's play something, the ones that go up on Wednesday, like I said, don't expect them regularly. If it happens to be pretty popular, you know, then maybe after, at some point after I'm done the other big Let's Play series that I'm working on, you know, I can maybe move on to that one. That actually reminds me. Since we're done Dark Souls, and I said I was going to go straight into The Witcher, I currently do have another Let's Play on the go right now, Fatal Frame. Now, we're actually making pretty good progress in Fatal Frame. I feel like I'm getting close to the end. I'm at least halfway done. There's more. I have more episodes up available to my patrons, and actually even on my hard drive that I got to get up to them, than what is, you know, out publicly. So, you know, I'll be able to go ahead and get that done, and we will be starting The Witcher very shortly. Guaranteed by in December we'll be doing The Witcher. At least for the patrons. But I'm going to be moving Fatal Frame from just the Wednesday slot kind of thing to where Dark Souls currently is. Just so that I can get that finished, cycled through, and then I can move straight on to the two Let's Plays. The next thing, going along with this, I had mentioned doing reviews. Now, I say reviews because I can't think of a better term for it. You know, I've struggled with it a little bit. I've done some at-a-glance videos where I've just taken a single look at a game, and then I tried renaming it, I think, for one part called Primer. It was meant to be sort of like a primer to the game. You know, it gives you all the information you need to know before you sort of jump in. But you know what? They kind of play as sort of a quasi-review. Like, I go through the game, you know, I describe how it's played, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and I'm like, you know, really, it's kind of a review just without a score. I'm not really saying, this is good game, this is bad game. But yeah, that's what I think that, I'm just gonna say, you know what, forget the fancy names, we're just gonna call them reviews. I'm gonna start trying to do those. You know, with this time that I've, you know, given myself, that I'm opening things up, I'll be able to go ahead and, you know, sit down. Sometimes I have the opportunity to, like, say when I'm watching a kid or things are noisy and stuff, I don't always have time to Let's Play, but maybe I might have time to sit down for maybe 15 minutes here and there, you know, just fiddle around with a game. And so I can add that time to help, we'll say with more review content. It's not just, we'll say, the amount of time I have, it's, we'll say, the quality of time. Like right now, I'm uninterrupted. I can go ahead and record stuff. But a lot of times, you know, I'm busy, or there's a lot of noise in the background, but I could use that time to play a game, take notes, stuff like that, and then I can go ahead and use that to actually sort of write up and create a review. What kind of games would I review? Well, you know, eventually I want to go ahead and get a new video card, and then I'll be able to maybe touch on some newer games. I'm still rocking a, what is it, GTX 460? It's an old NVIDIA card. Actually, I'll get into hardware in just a bit, but you know, it's the way I run my channel. I believe that games are timeless. So, you know, I'd be reviewing stuff from, you know, Atari 2600 era to, you know, like old DOS era to current. And, you know, as usual, hardware is the big restrictor thing on that. So yeah, I think we're gonna start trying to do that. Speaking of hardware, I kind of wanted to maybe give a, you know, my Patreon supporters are, you know, giving money. If you're watching my videos without using ad block or something, hey, thank you. You are supporting the channel. You are helping me out. I just wanted to maybe let you guys in on what kind of, where we'll say some of these funds are going. Because right now, I'm kind of trying to save up the money to put them into like hardware options. The first thing I want to do is I want to grab a capture device, one of the older Elgatos, so I can sort of go ahead and bring my library of console games in. I've been talking about this for ages, but it's working out pretty well. I'm pretty sure by January I'll be able to pick it up with the meager ad revenue and stuff I get from the channel. But I should be able to go ahead and get that, so I can start you know, incorporating console things into the channel as well. After that, my next goal would probably be a couple hard drives. I do all my recording and everything. I think it's on a 200 gigabyte. It's an old laptop hard drive that I had to slap into my computer. So my thing's kind of Frankenstein a little bit. So I'll probably be getting, I'll be saving up to get 2 hard drives, put them on a RAID for redundancy, because last thing I want to do is in the middle of a Let's Play or something, have something crash, lose all the progress, lose all the footage that I might have not had a chance to upload yet and everything. And then that just doesn't end well for anybody, you know. It kind of kills the series. So I want to be able to have that bit of that security. So I'm going to be, and you know, a little bit more than maybe 200 gigs to work with. I think it's 200. I'll double check. Before I record something, I need to make sure that I've deleted the files I've uploaded from the previous day, because I don't want to run out of hard drive space. So I know I'm working with a limited amount of space here. And then after that, probably gonna go ahead with a video card, because my CPU is actually pretty powerful. What is it? It's a 20. I'll look it up. It's a beefy processor. It's an old one, but it's like a high-end old Core i7, so it's pretty solid. I'm not having any problems with my CPU, and I've got 32 gigs of RAM, so RAM's pretty good too. It's just my video cards, my main thing holding me back from jumping into some newer games. After that, there's a few games I want to cover that I've had at one point in the past, but something's happened to them, and you know, I'll probably try to pick up those things. But those are, we'll say, smaller purchases. Don't necessarily need to plan those ones out, but that's my, we'll say, my shorter term goals for improvements I want to make for the channel. You know, the first one, obviously you'll be able to see a difference in the library, the types of games I'm covering. But the second one, you know, you might not notice it. It's a behind the scenes thing that will be good for the channel. And yeah. Last thing I wanted to talk about, I wanted to leave sort of the Patreon stuff to the end. If you're not a patron, then, you know, maybe it's not so relevant. I've you know, I was asking questions, you know, what should I do with the Patreon thing? I've pretty much settled on just making things sort of timed exclusive. Now, the degree of how timed exclusive things are going to be, I think is going to vary from content to content. Let's Plays, it's going to be exclusive for as far ahead as I can get it. You know, a couple of my ones more recently, you know, it's only been like 3 days ahead, but I have, you know, jumped up. I have been able to provide content up to like almost at least 2 weeks at least ahead so far. So, you know, I am going to go ahead with the timed exclusive stuff, but if there is, you know, maybe some more one-off videos that aren't so, well, say, time restrictive, maybe not, you know, they're more we'll say what I would call like an evergreen kind of video, ones that don't focus on, we'll say, current events or anything like that. It's just a one-off video that I feel can work at any time. You know, I might give patrons that video like a month or two in advance, like give them a nice big thing to really sort of give that sort of that incentive. But everyone will eventually get it. The only thing I think that I would make patron exclusive with no time limit, like I mean straight up patron exclusive, is if I decided to start covering games from companies that are very, we'll say, strict on, we'll say, copyright claim type thing. So, like Nintendo, I love Nintendo games. I'd love to cover more Nintendo games, but if they're going to be copyright claiming me, like, I need to be able to make something from it, right? To be able to make it worth my time. So, if I ever touched, we'll say, Nintendo stuff, I think there's a couple of the companies that are a little bit touchy about that. Those would be patron exclusive, and no time limit. Like, I might put out maybe the first few so people are aware that that series is there, first few parts for everybody, but then after that, everything, the rest would be patron exclusive. Yeah. All right, so that has been sort of the update. That's it for November. I think I covered everything. Let's see, after Fatal Frame, we're going into The Witcher. I already said that. So yeah, I pretty much covered everything that I'm sort of planning, that I'm looking forward to, and everything I've sort of set on. So I guess as far as, we'll say, these videos go, we'll say the little vlogs, I will talk to you guys in December at some point. Even if it's just for me to be like, hey, games! And the video will be 30 seconds long because I have nothing else to add. whatever. So yeah, just keeping you in the loop. Until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.